Hey, welcome to another episode of Politics and Wellness with, of course, me as your host, Brother Nate, and you guys, where we all do our thing and talk about the news and politics and what's going on in the world, and then what's going on everywhere else. Let me know when you're ready, Brother Nate, and just give me the good old thumbs up and we can get started. Hopefully everybody's having a great start to the week. I don't know, I looked away, so if you're ready, just give me that thumbs up again because I'm looking now. Okay, great. Yeah, cool. All right. So hopefully everybody's having a great start to their week. Yes, it is only Tuesday, but we get it started early. And yeah, last week I was not here, so we got a lot to kind of run through. But first of all, welcome. Hey, Brother Nate, how are you?
Good evening, sir.
How you doing? How you been?
Had to do my audio check. Is I'm all right?
Yes.
And this week I'm not here. Okay.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome, Johnny Mack. What's up, James Smith? Patrice Cunningham, how are you? AKA Internet Granny. What's going on? Patty Duke, Patty. Always a pleasure to see you. Auntie Melissa, it's always great. I know you can head on to bed now because I know you're up just waiting.
Hey, girl, how you doing?
What's going on, everybody? All right. And everybody in the lovely balcony seats, those luscious seats that I pay a lot of money for up there, enjoy. The waitress will be around to take your drink order. Okay.
Send over here, I could use a double.
Huh?
I said, send over here, I could use a double.
All right, we'll do. Okay, so yeah, this week full of stuff, and of course, all the other stuff that you probably want to know. We'll talk a little bit about that. Who said that? Is that
we'll talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, all right. Okay.
A little bit, not a bit. I'll answer the questions.
Okay. Y'all have your questions ready,
right? If there are any, but I doubt it. But anyway, yeah. So without further ado, what you about to say? You about to say something? Yeah, you are. I felt it from you, but it's okay. All right. Without further ado, let's get started with what we do every Tuesday. Is first talk about the news. Okay, so unfortunately, this is not going to be like in some kind of order because normally I separate all this, but Brother was running.
We just winging it. We winging it this weekend.
This will be a wing. So some things will be updated. Some things will just be what it is. And just 1 second, I was pulling up this last. Oh, okay, I did already have it. This last bit of this news clip. Oh, I
Oh,
hate myself.
okay. Did you get the file I just sent
Yeah,
you?
I
Uh,
got it.
Okay. Yeah, I was scrambling. 'Cause-
Yeah, I thought I had it. I thought I had downloaded it myself, but I guess let's get this party started. All right. So where to begin? Where to begin? Where to begin? So real quick, of course, before I do anything or talk about any news, early voting has started in the state of Georgia. If you are, well, you should all be voting, but um, my suggestion is don't wait till election day. Go vote now. Early voting has started in the state of Georgia. I'm sure there's some other states that early voting has started, but that's an important one for me. One for Stacey Abrams, two for Raphael Warnock to defeat the likes of Herschel Walker. So those of you who do live in the state of Georgia, and I'll say the great state of Georgia right now with a grin on my face, please go out and vote. Do your civic duty, do your duty, do your give back to your ancestors, all that. I just don't, the lack of enthusiasm to actually go vote amongst our people is the sickest, and it sickens me the most because of the actions that are taken by those same uh, counterparts, the others, to stop you from voting. And you think it has everything to do with, well, they ain't doing nothing for me. They don't want to do anything for you. And the more you don't vote, the more they won't do anything for you. So I just don't, and you get to a point where, hell, what can you do for yourself? The work even says, uh, you know, do the work. You know what I'm saying? Works without faith is dead. So you have to do the work in everything. Nothing's going to be handed to you. So, I mean, and that's just the reality. So, yes, please go out and vote. Early voting has started. Get your ass out there and vote. Make a difference. Be the difference. Be the change you want to see in the world. We always talk about that here. But, you have to be there. You can't talk about change or wanting things to change or wish somebody would do something. You do it. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to, be something televised or something that everybody would know. Small things. Voting is a change. Letting people know, like, hey, I'm not going to take it. I may not have voted for years, but I voted this time. That's making a difference because they were counting you out, and they continued to count you out. But this time you stood up and made a difference. So please, I implore you all, check out when your early voting starts and go vote. It's not that long. It's not that, election day can be a bit daunting because everybody's going at that particular time. But if you go early, it's usually an in and out process. It
Mhm.
really is.
Yeah, and if you can mail in,
Right,
just thoroughly read your directions. Make sure you sign where
right,
you need to sign. Make sure you seal what you need to seal. Just go ahead and get it up out of the way.
right. Um, thank you, Pink. So definitely, please do what you need to do. It's your duty to do so. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So on to other things. The U.S. is headed for a recession, says J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, and this is serious.
Oh, shit! They didn't have to tell me,
Right. I mean,
or normal people out here.
right. But that's the difference when you're dealing with wealth and you're dealing with just normal people kind of scraping or making ends meet. I'm not even gonna say scraping because I don't even want to demean us or the struggle in any way, but just getting comfortable with things being a little tight, right? And that's something that we have always done. There's nothing that has changed in that dynamic, even during the times of the civil rights movement and Jim Crow and things of that nature. We depended upon each other to make things work. Um, that's when a lot of sewing and making clothes and all that, kind of was the thing to do. You would gather the fabric or the patterns or whatever, and you'd make, you know, a, a makeshift of something that somebody's seen, on TV. Uh, and, it's just time to tighten it up. You may not go on as many trips as usual or stay home a lot more, cut back on a lot of things that, you
Yeah.
don't necessarily need. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, kids
Um,
kids don't need those expensive iPhones and everything else.
right,
Just
right,
use some common sense in
right.
your
I mean,
purchases and what you decide to
right,
spend your money on, and you'll be all right.
right. I mean, as long as
Just
your phone still works, you
network within your friend and family circle.
right,
Um, we did it for 2 years. If you've never done it before,
right.
but most of the group here is an older group, so we know what needs to be done, and you just go
Right.
on ahead and do it.
I mean, granted, I'm not that old, but yeah, I'm teasing. But
The lies you tell.
I know, right? Uh, my mother didn't raise me to be materialistic, so I didn't, I didn't want for the things that I saw. It was like, oh, okay, it didn't suit me. I didn't want nobody's name across my back or my chest or down my legs or any of that, stupidness that people were doing back in my day, since I sound so old. But it's just about kind of prioritizing things and cutting down on what matters, and all the other stuff that doesn't matter, let it go. And you can pick it up on the flip side, but yeah, it's just about tightening down. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how the rest of them react to this, because of course the rest of the world is kind of already in this recession.
Yeah.
The United States and certain parts of Europe will be the last to kind of hit that bump, and it's supposed to be within the middle of next year. So
Mhm. Oh,
we'll
no,
see
it's here
how that
now.
goes. Right, right, yeah,
Prices are fluctuating,
right.
especially with the issues with gas uh, over in Europe. You
Hmm.
knew we were going to feel something, um, from the Soviets cutting back and OPEC also putting the chokehold and trying to make some extra funds
Right.
with
No,
gas and oil. So you knew that was coming. And plus, supposed to be a cold winter. It started out. It's like I don't know
yeah,
what the hell happened to summertime, and they got the hell up out of here.
it did, and quick and
Yeesh.
fast and in a hurry. It wasn't playing no games with nobody.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's got pretty cold actually. But yesterday though, when I came back in, it wasn't that cold. I expected it to be cold, but it wasn't.
Well, the
It
shit,
was.
you were up there in the Antarctic,
It
up there in
wasn't
Chicago. It
that
was
bad.
cold. It was that cold up
It
there.
wasn't that bad. It wasn't
Mhm.
that bad.
Oh,
I
you were probably still liquored up.
No, I wasn't. But I
Uh,
did anticipate it for being that cold, but it
mhm.
wasn't. But the liquor did help. I'm not
I
gonna lie.
know it did. It's antifreeze, natural. Yeah.
It's a nice insulator. Um, hmm?
Oh, and you brought some back with you, I see.
No, that was already here. Okay,
Mhm.
that stayed. You don't take no liquor from no house. That is so ghetto.
Well, I'm ghetto.
If you bring
What you don't know won't hurt you.
Oh no, that's crazy. Um, yeah, but I did hear it's already snowing. They had snow flurries and stuff.
See,
So
I ain't ready for that shit. I ain't ready for that shit yet.
yeah, no, I'm not either. So we got out in good time. In some health news, there was a CDC scientist who who was looking to be treated for the monkeypox and was denied. Um, it, it's a good article to read. I'm just kind of running through it. It basically talks about the same things that we've always been talking about in healthcare, the discrimination, the racism that is in healthcare, in the healthcare system, that denies us fair and equal health and checkups and any kind of new vaccine that is out there. We have to go through so many hoops to actually get these things that are supposedly for the masses. Uh, I don't know. I know some other content creators have talked about it, that they literally had to lie and say
Yeah.
that they are out getting fucked or fucking people unprotected every
Mhm.
day just to get the shot for the monkeypox. Uh, True or not, mostly not true from those that I know personally. But the fact that you have to lie and paint this picture that you are having this, anonymous glory hole kind of situations every day of your life is beyond ridiculous. Just to get a shot that would prevent you from catching monkeypox. So, I mean, it's just crazy. It really is crazy. Crazy and sad, but definitely
Yeah.
something.
My wife's friend, he just got his,
Okay.
and he was saying he was saying he had to lie. It said he was out here doing all sorts of debaucherous things. So
Yeah.
she had wanted to get her. She said, I'm not able to get it yet. I'm not, not a priority." I was like, "No, go out there and
Right. Go.
fuck a gay guy. You be you just tell him you out here being a whore."
That's crazy.
I
That is.
tell I said, "He need a voucher. I'll let him know. She's being whorish. She's just a tramp."
She, but you married her. What are they gonna say to you?
See, Selma, her husband. I
Mm-mm-mm.
can vouch for her. Yeah, she's being a whore. Give her a
Oh,
shot.
good for
I did.
you.
I didn't know it raised a lump on your arm though.
Yeah, yeah, it
Mhm.
does raise a
And
lump
it's
on
a
your.
it's in it's a 2-shot series.
Yeah, it is a two-shot series.
Hmm.
Same as COVID. I think it's
Yeah, that and
one the first time, and then like a couple weeks later, it's a second shot.
like a booster or something.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, but you shouldn't have to. I mean, I can understand they wanted to hit that population first. Um,
yeah, but you
especially
shouldn't have to lie.
do
You shouldn't have to lie to get it. It should just be as simple as if you are a gay or same loving gender, whatever you want to call
Mhm.
yourself. If you
Yeah.
fit in the category underneath the alphabet soup or the Rainbow Coalition, then you should be able to go get the shot. I mean, just point blank and say, if you
Mhm.
want to,
But
you
you
know,
remember too how the media has pushed it to be,
right? But that's
because they made it sound like it was another
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 HIV. Right,
HIV
but
thing.
if that is true, if you painted it out to be that way, then you should immediately be allowing people of the community to get the shot without having to falsify their sexual encounters.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, you already put it out there to be a sexual kind of virus. Then you're going to kind of pull it back. But however, they cannot get the proper shots for it unless they are participating in exactly what you said it was to begin with. So I don't understand. Make it make sense. All right. So, in other news, along the line vein of this healthcare, Philadelphia has recently apologized for its history of prison experiments of black men. Uh, yeah, and hoping to change the mindset of mistrust within the community, the medical mistrust within the community.
Too late.
Right. Right. Here we go. Another incident of the Tuskegee Airmen, and countless others experiments on black bodies. And this was done to incarcerated men in the city um, within the Holmesburg prison, if I said that correctly, which exposed subjects to herpes, skin blistering, chemicals, reactive poisons and chemicals during the Vietnam War. So yeah, they was doing a lot, doing a lot. Definitely not surprised at all with any of this. It's just funny how they like to come out at times like election years and say apologize.
And the thing again is that they did not tell these men what experiments they were doing to them.
Right,
So you can imagine that these guys were released back out into the public,
right. To their
you know,
families or
with
created
no
families
idea of
and
what they've been exposed
passing
to.
on what they've been exposed to. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, Pink was asking, did anyone get the flu shot?
No, I didn't.
No, Pink, not me neither.
I,
But
I
I do
just
have a mask.
right. I just don't, I don't get it. But then these are the same folks that when you talk about have discussions about reparations, there's always an excuse of we don't need it or it's unnecessary or how are we going to give it to all these people? Bitch, you've been doing shit for the longest. So it's like you need to pay up for the things you've been doing. It's like going to court and suing somebody civilly for something that they did. Like, pay up. You did it. It's done. Pay up. You can't just apologize and think, oh, that's okay. It's over and done with. Let's move on. I mean, some of these subjects was paid $1 a day, but still being incarcerated. Pay the goddamn people. Pay them. Pay their families. I don't even care if they're not living. Pay their families. Pay their descendants. This is how you do that. If you truly want to make amends, that is how you do that. You pay the family of the Tuskegee syphilis study. You pay those families who are probably still living in the area today.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's a horrible shame that this is a nation that we sit here and listen to these politicians go back and forth and talk about race, talk about nobody deserves no damn reparations and all this other kind of garbage. Yet this is the kind of stuff that they've been doing to our people since forever. But nobody deserves to get paid for the bullshit you've done. Just a sorry, and we're moving right along, holding hands, singing Kumbaya. Nah, not us. If you can't get the rest of them mofos to sit there and sing Kumbaya and hold your hand, what the hell will you be looking for us to do it? I don't know. I just I don't get it. But anyway, any thoughts on that, sir?
No, it's the same old song, man.
Great. Yeah, it really is. But some good news, I guess. And I say
Uh-oh.
I guess because there's always a motive behind the stuff that people do. So I just say I guess, like, I hope you didn't do this to do something else. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I guess in that sense. But still a great honor. The CIA honored Harriet Tubman as a brilliant model spy. And see that I guess and everybody the same way. Like, okay, I guess. Yeah. So of course, Harriet Tubman, the historic, story of her leading enslaved people to freedom through tunnels of the Underground Railroad. Figuratively, not literally, but stops and hideaway spaces to lead them to freedom. Uh, in Langley, Virginia, where, of course, the CIA headquarters are. That is where this bronze statue of her being a hero, holding a lantern and carrying a pistol in her belt, will be.
Well, they have a lot of space now. They done tore down all these statues.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's
And
a quick.
mainly because she helped the Union Army during the
Mhm.
Civil War. That's mainly why they're doing it. Not because she freed the slaves. So, yeah. But she used them to do what she needed to do. She helped them spy, and they helped her bring slaves across Army lines without even a whoop-de-whoop. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. So, I mean, one hand wipe is the other. But if all you want to talk about is her helping the Union Army, that's fine. But the people that know, that's cool. I mean, okay. So that's why I say, like, okay. Because,
Yeah,
it
quick.
could be an election thing.
Oh yeah, you know that they'll pull out all this shit, and then
Right.
then right afterwards they'll pack that shit up again for
Right.
another 2 years. You won't hear anything about it.
Right.
Yeah, Internet
Definitely.
Granny had a question earlier in the chat.
Oh, I'm
Do you
sorry.
do you think we're going to war?
Uh, that's a tough one. Do I think we're going to war? Eh. Putin would have to really like hit the button. If Putin hit the button, then we'll be going to war. But if Putin just is doing exactly what he's doing now, no, they'll send troops, but they'll send those troops that we won't know about. The same troops that they sent that handled Osama bin Laden in his sleep, them type of troops. Like he'll send them. But yeah, until he actually hits that button and those missiles actually come hitting, we won't enter in war. Because again, this is a white on white crime situation. White people don't like to see white people fight, but at the same time, white people don't mind white people fighting as long as it doesn't get too messy where they look like, oh my God, do you see that? We have to do something, you know. So like this is okay for them. This is all right. This is all right.
Yeah.
Now mind you,
Go ahead.
No, I said mind you, had it been another darker hue nation going through all this, oh, they would have ran up in there in a minute and claimed democracy and claimed this is for democracy and wiped everybody out and started a whole new government. So I mean, you know, it's only because they're white Europeans at the end of the day. That's why he's been throwing so much money at it. Even the Chase guy said it. He said, and with this war in Ukraine with Russia, that basically means we're giving away money to Ukraine.
Yeah, hand over fist. Hand over fist. But
don't
see, that's
forget,
but remember too, this is how they fight war also through other countries.
Yeah.
By backing other countries.
Right, backing other
you
countries.
Don't necessarily get your hands dirty, and you don't sacrifice your territory and your cities and your people.
No. Not until something is done. Like something, you know, has to be done. Either like with the Gulf War situation, the oil was being tampered with. They was about to burn that shit up. That would put everybody in peril. United States said, oh, hell no, and they jumped right in it. But before they was kind of standoffish, like, no, we're not going to get involved. No, we're not going to get involved. The motherfuckers started lighting up that oil. They was like, well, wait.
Yeah.
We got to go. So it's kind of sort of the same thing. Russia does have oil, yes, but not enough to make them, you know, feel some type of way. Because they'll be all right with, okay, oil's going to go up. If Russia wants to act stingy with the oil, all right, we'll find some place else. But if it gets too bad, they'll tough it out for a while. But then Russia don't have no money, so they can't do much.
No, not at all.
So
but you see, but you also see what happened with they have a gas pipeline to a lot of the other European countries, and how it's been sabotaged. That was problematic from the beginning. How are you going to oppose their invasion of another country, but yet you're paying them for their product?
Right.
So in turn, you're funding the war. You're funding the war.
You're playing both sides a little bit. But that's why he's doing what he's doing. That's why soon as Brittany has played in basketball overseas over there plenty of times. But her naivete to what is actually going on in the world, thinking like most of us black and other colors do, that, oh, that stuff don't matter. That stuff don't matter to me because it doesn't affect me. You going into something where they already knew you was a target.
Oh, yeah. And a high profile.
So
now, if we'd have went over there,
right,
we'd be breaking rocks.
That's it.
Literally.
You wouldn't even know who we were. Our family be sitting over here fighting together. Oh, we'll get to it. Yeah. Person be sitting over there dead. Don't worry about it. So yeah, they already knew who she was. And then of course, you know, it was like, okay, I'll hold her until you do what I want you to do. You know, people go, oh, she's losing her spirit and she's having a real tough time over there. Understand, you're not in America, Jack. It's unfortunate. It's sad. Don't nobody want, you know, anybody to be suffering in anywhere is, you know, inhumane. But suffering in another country, due to somebody playing political games with your life is crazy enough. But at the same time, we have to start being aware of our situations, of the power we have in ourselves as a people. I mean, pay attention. You may not like the news, you may not like what's going on in the world, but it's okay to be somewhat knowledgeable about different situations that's going on in the world, especially if you're traveling overseas. So you know when to get the hell up out of Dodge and not sitting around saying, "What's going on? What's happening?"
Yeah, that's why you always check. You always, especially when you're leaving the country, you always check what's going on. You check with their
Yeah,
embassies. You check the alerts
so you get
because
stuck out there
because
looking.
even when you fly up to Chicago,
You always
you
check, okay?
because you never know. Shit could be popping.
Oh, and it was popping. But but
Or
anyway,
were they dropping nukes?
they was dropping something.
Oh well,
I don't know
do
what the hell.
do
Yeah,
tell.
I don't know what the hell was that. Later, but okay. In other news, here I am going to share this because I think it is. It lets me. Let's see. No.
And good evening, everybody coming into the
No.
chat.
Nope. Yeah, you
Mhm.
and you. Screen 2. All right. Now, if you can see that, hopefully it'll play because it's been sitting so long. It may not play. But let's see.
This video contains graphic images of an alleged domestic assault. Viewer discretion is advised. In downtown Muskegon this summer, office workers saw a couple fighting through a window in a nearby apartment. One got her cell phone out and started recording. It was a judicial candidate and his girlfriend, arguing for about a half hour before things got violent. The man is seen grabbing the woman and then pulling out his belt, striking it 7 times, while the woman appeared to recoil. The man was charged the next day. He claims he was hitting a chair, not his girlfriend. The prosecutor says it makes no difference. The video shows domestic violence.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm not buying the chair bullshit. I'm just not buying it. If you are in a domestic violence situation, or anybody you know may be in a domestic violence situation, they are to dial 800-799-7233. Again, that's 800-799-7233. Now, yeah, I'm not buying that he was hitting no goddamn chair. He was whipping her with that goddamn belt. One, white people don't believe in no curtains or blinds or nothing.
Hey, they don't believe in that shit, do they?
They really don't believe in that. They don't, because clearly you could see all up through his nice glass apartment and him beating on that girl, and you could tell he was not hitting no goddamn chair, because when he swung that belt at her ass, her foot went up 2 blocks.
That wasn't the chair leg.
Right, that was right. That was the to let you know that he was actually hitting her, because she put her foot up to block the belt. That's just crazy. But these are the type of people that, and funny thing is, I was just telling a friend of mine about this, that a lot of the judicial candidates on the ballot, you don't know what political leanings they lean towards, because they're not supposed to have a political leaning. They're supposed to be impartial. That is why they're a judge. They are supposed to be the blind person holding the scales to kind of, tip the balance of justice. However, a lot of these judges are on the bull S train, because they do have political leanings. All you got to do sometimes is do a little digging, and you find out that they donate to this party or that particular group, and you kind of put 2 and 2 together and do the math. So now I'm not sure if this particular candidate has dropped out of his Michigan judicial candidacy. I'm not sure. I would think he should have, but the way things are going here and how these politicians can do and say whatever, and it's like, oh, it doesn't matter. It's just, that's just a situation, or he's changed or all this other crap that they like to pull is getting to be way too much. Way, way, way too much. Everybody's, I don't know. Everybody's pulling a Trump card. I have no idea. But the sense of duty and decency and people, period, is totally amiss. So I don't know. Any thoughts on that?
I'm just waiting for the interview with the chair.
Right. He beat the shit out of me. Yeah.
And he doesn't shower. He sits on me all day long.
Butt naked. All you gotta do is smell white ass crack. And they don't wipe.
Oh, Lord.
All right. So, in other news, changes have been made by the Postmaster General DeJoy, Louis DeJoy, our famous Postmaster General, the person who, of course, kissed Trump's ass more than a little bit, is still up to the same bullshit that he was up to in 2020 with his election harming the U.S. Postal Service bullshit. Still doing it, even though the judge has told him, hey, you was doing this shit during the 2020 election. He's still trying to do it now for 2024.
Why haven't they offed his ass?
I don't know. I have no idea. I really don't
I understand that they're actually separate from the government in the way that they conduct themselves.
Right.
But if the
person is actually operating in a way that is not kind of in the middle, since they are not part of government, then something needs to happen, because this doesn't make any sense. It's almost like you saying, fuck you to the law, and you continuously doing what you're doing. And the judge is telling you, hey, you've been in violation of this, that, and the other, and you now will continue to do this moving on to 2024 for the 2022 midterm elections, which are happening right now as we speak. So it's like, when will we stop talking about what these people are doing and start doing actions about, charging these people, arresting these people, and not talking about, just putting them before the Congress Judicial Board to have them have their, photo times and screenshots of them kind of being like, oh, you were tough on him. That was a tough question. Fuck the questions. Lock his ass up.
No, that's because you have people on both sides that are complicit with everything that goes on.
You can say that again for the people in the expensive seats in the balcony on Cap Hill. Yeah.
It is crazy. It is crazy.
It is absolutely crazy. Because it wouldn't have happened under any other president since then. I mean, truth be told, I don't even see this happening under a Bush presidency, and that's George W., not H. Definitely wouldn't have happened under H. But, it's just like after him, it's like the rule book was just thrown out like, oh, fuck it. But I mean, what and why? Because the people who want to remain in power are actually people who know how policy and things work. But you do know that the more you allow these knuckleheads in, they will push you out. It's just a matter of time. I don't know. And speaking of that, just like real quick, the Democrats think it's a good strategy to go up against Trump supporters in this election than to go up against viable candidates. How? Because the problem is, if your candidate, it doesn't make sense, because the problem is here. Just this plain and simple. If you going up against a Trump supporter and then your Democratic candidate isn't strong enough, because what you're saying to me, or what you're saying, what I'm taking in, is that you think that every candidate you have that is a Democrat is a strong, viable candidate. And I'll wait for the pause. Absolutely not. So then, therefore, why would you think that going up against any candidate is the lesser of two evils, that you're going to win going up against a Trump candidate because Trump lost in 2020? But we totally forget the fact that he lost in 2020. The people on his ticket won. Everybody on the ballot for the most part, won their seats,
Mhm.
but he lost. Did you miss that part, or were you just so consumed with the fact that Trump lost that you thought every Trump candidate will lose? This is where I had the little disconnect with how they think. It's like, yeah, you may put a black person in charge of the DNC, but that's not who's running this. Okay, it's other. This is what we should do, guys.
Mhm.
And I just need you to go out and promote this message. And it's just like, no, that's not even gonna work. It's not even feasible. It makes no goddamn sense. You make sure your candidate is strong regardless of who it is, and you focus on that. You don't need to be focusing on, oh, let's put money towards the Trump candidates because we have a better chance of beating them. How do you think? You think you might? How is that working with Herschel Walker sitting up there just stone throw votes away from Raphael Warnock, fucking pastor of Emmanuel Baptist Church? Let that sink in.
And you're listening to him in real time.
In real time.
But you know what? That's the same thing that happened with Trump. You just have people who.
But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Like, y'all do the stuff and then y'all act like it came out of left field. It's the same thing. Y'all play the same stupid playbook as if, oh, we're not going to go there. We're going to be the bigger people. And then the bullshit hits and you sit up there looking dumbfounded and stunned. How'd this happen? Bitch, because you think you know everything and you're not really paying attention to what they're doing. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. They're out for absolute power. There is no shame in their game. They can kill two birds with one stone. They can say they're not racist because they voted for a black person, yet the black person ain't got shit doing shit. They'll do everything he say do just so he can be in the good graces and get a doggy biscuit at the end of every meeting. That's all he's there for. That's it.
Yeah, more coonery and buffoonery.
That's it. They're not concerned.
And we've had a lot of coonery and buffoonery these last 2 weeks.
You said what?
I said we've had a lot of coonery and buffoonery these last 2 weeks.
I mean, come on.
They are out in droves. Is it the cold, crisp fall air? I don't know.
Yeah. I really don't know. You got Marjorie Taylor Greene talking bullshit outside of her head, and all these other politicians. One talking about reparations is bullshit. The other one in Ohio acting like he at first never said nothing bad about Trump. Trump comes there to support him and tells the whole entire world listening to this goddamn knucklehead on stage that this guy will kiss his ass. He can kiss my ass just so I can get y'all to vote for him. And he gets up there, oh, it's so great to see you, President Trump, blah, 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 blah. Like, where is the self-respect? I mean, that's even down to Ted Cruz when he was talking about the man's wife, and then you're going to sit here and kiss the man's ass. And everybody in Texas, you talk about how gun-ho and family-oriented you are, but you turned around and voted for his ass yet again for him to sit there, and the man degraded his whole wife and his family, and there's nothing y'all can say. I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous. The logic of these people, like, y'all got to do something better. Like, this doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I can't. It makes my brain hurt.
He said 45 is too funny. Yeah, at least it's just in his own little narcissistic way. He wants you to know.
Yeah,
how
but
he feels.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, he does it on purpose. But the fact that he does that, and you don't even have the self-respect or self-dignity or even self-worth to say, well, no, sir, I will never kiss your ass, but thank you for coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no class. It's straight. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Like, the fuck are you doing? But then you expect people to think that you have their back to go to Washington and fight for them. And you can't even fight for yourself. But behind closed doors, you probably was cursing Trump out. But I don't give a fuck what you was doing behind closed doors. That's what they do a lot in these whole political things. They're like, oh, You wrote a book and you write all the shit in this book that you wanted to say that you didn't do, that you did. And it's like, for what? That's so like, I don't give a fuck what you didn't do or what you was thinking about doing. What did you do? Nothing. So, okay.
That's the standard formula now. Something happens, then everybody goes and writes a tell-all book.
Right. To get paid on the shit that they let go. Like Yabba Dabba Doo, Fred Flintstone, Bill Barr's Flintstone, Fred Flintstone looking ass. Oh, it's bullshit. Oh, it's bullshit now, but it wasn't bullshit when you was doing it. It wasn't bullshit when you didn't stop him and say, hey, sir, we cannot be doing this. Hey, sir, this is illegal. Hey, sir, you shouldn't have been calling Ukraine. No, you let all that shit fly, and now you want to talk about something that's bullshit. Save me.
And that's why I have a problem with a lot of them, doing the news and, getting all these commentary gigs and things like that. And it's like all these years you were with this administration, and now you're like, well, yeah, we were behind the scenes. Now it's everything's a tell-all.
Right.
It's like, no, you should be blacklisted along with him.
Right. And you still say the same bullshit as, well, if he ran again for 2024, I'll vote for him. So what the fuck are you up here saying all the shit now for if you're going to turn around and vote for his ass again in 2024? It makes no fucking sense. I don't even know what it is. I can't even say what it is because I have no idea. In other news, a Black Lives Matter protester won $1 million lawsuit after being shot in the eye with a rubber bullet. Congratulations. You got to get shot in the eye with a rubber bullet in order to get some kind of justice from the police doing shit from a peaceful protest.
Now that was peaceful. That was peaceful. Now remember, they were getting gung ho doing those protests, shooting people and shooting people in the head, in the face region.
Yeah,
because you have more than one that have had had been injured by that. But these cops are supposed to be trained. It's only supposed to be body shots.
It's only supposed to be body shots, but somehow it always turns out to be more. And speaking about these cops, this young man was awarded a medal by the police department. And just look at the body language of this beautiful beam footage here.
It is my great pleasure to present you with the Chiefs Award for Valor in recognition for your heroic efforts. Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. I'd like to give you an opportunity to say a few words.
Yeah. I appreciate it. I feel like I did what anyone would have done with the little bit of training that I have. I'm a certified firearms instructor. I work in this high school in Minneapolis. I'm a dad and a husband and a wonderful community member. That day, 9 of your squad cars raced past us. As I was flagging them down, it said in the letter you sent me. And that was a potential of 18 people. 18 people could have stopped to help preserve life. But 18 people chose to go to a potential threat. And I recognized the man had a pistol and we didn't know what he was doing. I do appreciate the recognition, but I won't keep this stuff. This will go to my mom, and this will probably go to my son, because I'm very uncomfortable being here with you guys. I do not rock with the police. But I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to say these things, and I just want folks to know that they don't keep us safe. We keep us safe. Riots work. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Alex.
I can take this with me?
This is true, yeah.
Thank you. Y'all be safe out here.
Great work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. Is it box related?
That's what I call seizing the moment.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much the whoever he was, the chief or whatever, really wasn't pleased with it at all. You could tell from the body language, even from the very beginning. Because usually when they're handing off an award, they shake the hand, they do all that. And he was just like, here, 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 here. Like this was something mandatory that he had to do. And the man's argument was correct. While they were sitting over here concerned about life and preserving life of the people that were wounded, they were too busy, everybody racing to go see if this guy, let's go get after the guy with the gun. We get it, he got a gun, but does it take 18 people? And these are the people with the training. Yeah, I'm not. What they need more funding for more training that they have already less of? Yeah, all right. They better come up with a better solution. They need to, and fast. I'm just saying, a lot of these police officers are gonna find themselves on the other way. And
Yeah.
now all these police shootings is getting crazy. What do they?
Hey, Pastor Nate. Hey, James Smith. Hey, Virginia Redbone. I didn't see you there.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the chat. Sorry, I was just I ran on. We talked about the background. Oh yeah, co-founder of Nike donated $1 million to the Republican running governor in Oregon. We talked about that earlier. Them playing both sides of the fence. I mean, it's unfortunately what they do. I like that a lot of these other newspapers really pulls the lid off of who donates money to what. So you should know. I mean, especially us as a large, humongous part of the buying population, especially with Nike products. As
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Every other basketball player that busts a shoe out of Nike, somebody puts on their feet. Know that. Granted, they may sponsor your Olympic hopeful nieces, but they also take that money and give it to the adversary team. So, I mean, I don't know. I say
that, and see how your money is indirectly funding
where it's going. Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you need to know where your money's going. Just don't think you buying it and you're into that. Is the product, is the sneaker, is the jacket, is the sweatpants, or the track outfit, or the sports gear. No, your money is saying, here, I'm supporting this too, even though I don't align with what is being talked about. Now, granted, that same gubernatorial candidate is on board with the abortion ban completely in the state. Okay. Again, putting women's lives on jeopardy. Now, if no other reason would get women up to vote, I think some white man or any man, period, telling you what to do with your bodies would be enough. And that's black, white, purple, green, whatever color you want to call yourself. That would be enough to get your ass up and waddle your ass or walk your ass or change your ass to a pole just to say, no, you're not going to tell me what to do with my body. That's it. So when the numbers come out, I expect to see women across the board higher in numbers than they've ever been that have voted. Because if you don't vote, you're basically telling any man that they can do what they want to do with your bodies. So when things happen, and it's unfortunate and sad to say, the R word, the M word, all the other things that have happened to people in their traumas, but when it start happening to you as adults, as older people, as grown-ups, just because you decided to wear what you wanted to wear and somebody took it upon themselves to think that what you're wearing was enough for them to say, I want you. Or I want to, force myself upon you. This is all that it's saying. It's it's about population, but it's about control as well.
It's all about control.
So Yeah, I just think if there was never a moment, this is that moment for you to really do something. And I mean, stand up. I mean, if you're not for voting rights, hell, okay, that may go down the wayside too.
Mm-hmm.
Then you won't be able to vote. But while you can, I would start doing something.
Yeah, and vote for your kids, vote for your grandkids, vote for your your next generations that are coming up
Right.
that will not have access, say, to so-called procedures, because you see the problems that have happened now with women needing medical procedures, can't get it
Right.
when it needs to be done. The
Right.
doctors are afraid
Yep.
to actually do it, or have to go to another state to have the procedure done.
Mm-hmm. Which is costing money that people in other states are kind of helping and risking jail time or other things of that nature just to perform these acts. I mean, it's really getting crazy out here. It really is getting absolutely crazy.
You forgot to put crazy.
Oh, crazy. All right, my bad. So I think that was it. For me, oh yeah, this last bit I did say that. I did just download this. Where'd it go? Where'd you go? This shit right here, absolutely ridiculous. So this, I don't know if people have seen it, but if not, I will show it. It's this white man accusing this clearly disabled black kid of stealing a bike. One, he doesn't know what the bike looks like. Two, he doesn't even know anything about the alleged robbery of said bike. He just talking about his friend told him that his son got his bike stolen. I mean, just utter stupidity. I wouldn't even say white privilege, but just the white audacity of this saltine is ridiculous. But take a look. Okay, maybe today.
A viral video taken on Milwaukee's South Side last Monday is leading to protest and online outrage. The video shows one man grabbing another man by the neck and accusing him of theft.
Our Spencer Tracy joins us live from Milwaukee Police Headquarters. And Spencer, you spoke with a man who took this video.
That man was D'Angelo Wright, and he tells me as a father, he felt compelled to intervene and protect this younger man. He says he started recording on his phone to not only protect himself, but others.
I'm recording you. Let go of the
Go ahead, record.
This video caught by a cell phone is now going viral. It shows one man grabbing another man by the neck.
Let go of his neck. Okay, you're fine.
D'Angelo Wright says he was the one behind the camera. He was driving by when he says two men were in the middle of South 25th Street on Monday.
I hurried up and got out of my car and intervened quick as possible just to kind of figure out what was going on.
I did touch it.
Wright says something didn't look right as the older man was holding the younger man's bike back and preventing him from leaving.
I got his hand off of his neck and was just kind of understanding what was going on.
Stole the bike right out of a friend of mine's yard.
Let go of his shirt. Let go of his neck.
Why would you come out in the middle of the street and choke? You don't know if that's a kid or not. You don't even know his age.
Ricky Hale says that young man is his nephew.
It's just a person that has a disability, that he didn't deserve it. And he never said he stole the bike.
Hale says he hopes his nephew gets some justice.
No justice! No peace!
There was a protest held in the neighborhood this afternoon, also wanting change.
It don't matter if that boy was yellow, purple, orange. I would have got out that car to make sure he was okay.
At the right place at the right time. Wright says he was glad to step in, as nobody deserves this. We did reach out to Milwaukee police to see if any reports or charges have been given to that older man who put his hand on that younger man. As of now, we have not heard back. I also did knock on the older man's door today. He did not answer. Now reporting live from police headquarters, I'm Spencer Tracy, Fox 6 News.
We'll keep checking with police for answers. Thanks, Spencer.
I don't know what else to say to start cracking crackers. I don't know what else to. I really don't know what else to say because they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop because they think all this belongs to them. They think even our kids belong to them. Our bodies belong to them. This is what they've been ingrained to think.
And you can obviously see that this young man was no child.
No, right.
And just listening to him, you know that there's something going on.
Something going on, right?
But that's another reason why he figured the white guy figured he could get away with it.
Yeah. And that's the part too that's disgusting. We need to start protecting our children and watching out for our kids. And it's, there used to be a time when you could let your child be outside and just, be in the neighborhood and think, everything's gonna, but this ain't that time. These people that can't move out of the neighborhood because it's getting dark and they're the only white ones left, they're angry. Okay? Because he can't afford to move.
Yeah.
But to put your hand around someone's neck as if you're holding them in a choking position or for some theft that, again, even the news report didn't report that he didn't know nothing about it, or he didn't know nothing about the bike, or what color the bike was,
or anything.
Who took the bike, or when the bike was stolen.
He just grabbed somebody on a bike.
Exactly.
But he knew he lived
who
this guy was.
He knew who the guy was, and he knew he could do that to that guy. He knew he couldn't do that to the other kids because the other kids are more vocal. He knew what he could. He knew what he could do. He knew it.
Oh no! When these young kids out there, they fucked him up.
That's what I'm saying, and that's the thing. It's like then you'll be sitting there talking about, oh, these young kids have no respect for the older generation. When people start doing stuff like that to these kids, and these kids start laying these people out, then we'll be having a whole different type of discussion. Then we'll be talking about extra policing and all this garbage. But these people can do citizens arrest on people for what? For what with no cause and no charges? That man should be in jail right now for assault, if nothing else, because that's just what it was with no evidence. But now we all want to be police officers, right? Okay. But when we start policing, it's a problem. We start policing, it's gun violence, right? Yeah, okay. Yep.
Granny, would you say 3-day blackout? Well, we will partially have one. It's called a recession. We're not going to spend no money.
Right, spend no money.
They're gonna feel it anyway because when you're in a capitalistic society, that's what makes the wheels turn.
Yeah, I mean these honkies are out of control. They really are like it's getting to be really crazy. Like it's enough. It's enough, and they won't stop until they get dropped.
They had 4 years of freedom.
I'm just saying, drop them. Right. I'm saying at this point, drop them. You put your hands on me, you're going down. Point blank and period. So yeah, that was that. And I think I was done. Sorry if I ran through that, but you can always catch those articles. But yeah, I had a lot to cover. So of course, if you're looking for me other places, other venues, other areas, you can always find me at one of these other social media locations. All right. Welcome back. Okay, so let's talk about real quick white people. So in the segment, of course, white people gone bad, where it's like the Mayo situation. I ain't gonna play the little intro because I don't feel like it right now at this moment. But I have 2 clips of white people going mad, and then white people going bad. So first, we're going to do the white people going bad, and then I'll play the mad one. But here's the bad
one. You're big threat. No, I'm not shooting you. This is a PPP. I'm good. Turn around, put your hands behind your back. Wait. I'm going to take you to jail to test you for the DWI.
I have to poop, sir.
Well, you'll have to wait till we get to the jail.
Wait, I have to shit on my pants.
Well, you'll have to.
I'm gonna get.
No.
I'm
turn around.
Poop right here on the store. I have
turn around.
Can I have a piece of paper?
No, ma'am, you cannot.
That was some nasty shit. That was disgusting. Who the fuck does that? Only them. And then
she dropped it and kept going. That's probably why she got pulled over. It's probably speeding to go to the bathroom. Been there. Where's the nearest bathroom?
That is probably why she got pulled over. But my gosh, that's disgusting. All right. And then also there's the white man.
And that's what this is all about.
Secret Service said they have dissuaded him from coming to Capitol Hill. They told him they don't have the resources to protect him here. So at the moment he is not coming, but that could change.
I would come, I'm going to punch him out. This is
Oh,
my
no,
moment.
I would pay to see
I've
that.
been waiting for this, for trespassing on the Capitol grounds. I'm going to punch him out and I'm going to go to jail and I'm going to be happy.
Child Nancy Pelosi would have a heart attack just for trying to punch him in the face. I mean, it's cute to say it all, but could you see how frail ass punching Donald Trump in the face? No.
She tip up there in her kitten heels.
Right. Yeah, she tip up in her kitten heels, or break her hip or fall out. Girl, just keep that. Keep that energy.
Hey, you know what I just thought? Maybe the first clip where the woman pooped on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she was making her way to the Capitol. She was late.
She was holding that shit for the Capitol.
She was holding that in. Mm-hmm. I've been saving it all up.
God damn it!
And of course, you know, a cop would stop me.
Right. You can't stop me. I'm white like you. And in other news, of course, I'd rather not talking about the Kanye situation. So when I stumbled across, thanks, Brother Nate, a nice little song, I thought, well, hear about it. Here it go. So I'll let y'all listen to it.
Because the cool trade is coming. It's never late. You gotta watch your back. Watch the people you hang around. Cause they'll throw them on TV. Put a camera in their face. As long as they say that it's not about race. Here come the cool. Yo, look at the cool.
Yeah, that's what they be doing. They be cooning.
It's coonery and buffoonery.
Right.
October.
It's buffoonery October, right. The goons and the goblins are out.
And we're all wearing purple in celebration.
Yeah. Just absolutely horrible. Horrible. But yeah, that's what I think about that whole.
Well, did you hear that Kanye supposedly purchased? Oh God, what's the name of
the political platform? Something like political something. But yeah, it's not
owned by,
right.
But it's either owned or managed by Candace Owens' husband.
Yeah. And they basically talk about they make up a whole bunch of shit. It's like where a lot of white supremacists go and hang out, all that shit. All this self-hating bullshit. I mean, I really just don't understand. And I'm tired of people talking about, oh, he wasn't acting like this till his mother died. Fuck that shit. The man is crazy. And he is crazy. He's crazy boots. Yeah, he can, put a song together and make some people jig and dance. Okay, cool. A lot of
jig and dance.
A lot of people who, were very gifted in certain types of art were loony bins. Let's not act like, all these people was walking around like Einstein and shit. Some of these people were loony bat crazy. He just happens to be one of them. So it is what it is. But my whole thing is, I'm still confused, and I know I told you about this earlier, where just years ago, George W. Bush ain't care nothing about black people. And here we are, fast forwarded now because you done had some Kardashian poom poom. Slavery was a choice, and white lives matter, and all this other back and forth bullshit. Yeah, okay. Now you mad at Chase, you mad at Adidas, you mad at all these people because they want to pull their contracts back from you. Understand, our money is power. Just like your mouth has power, so you think money has power too.
I just want to know what. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and they know where their butt is, brother. Especially Adidas. Well, sneakers, with the way you buy stuff for no reason, they know that.
I just want to know, did white lives matter when he was going after that little boy for dating his ex?
Yeah, right. Right. When you wanted to threaten that man's life, did white lives matter then? I don't think Pete Davidson's life mattered. Did it matter then?
Pete the Skeet and all the rest of those other things that he was tweeting and everything.
His life didn't matter then. Yeah. So why nobody, talking about you? Not knowing that white lives matter. All right. So in a good health note, 2 health notes. First health note, this is for you, Auntie Melissa. I didn't do it. Get it, mate. What happened?
You probably had to run that again.
I know
because it's so quick.
That is so dumb. But
we love you, girl.
We do. But yeah, that's Taco Bell. Not no morning breakfast. So too early for all that. But anyway, in other news, for men, it's time to get that prostate checked. It's important.
All right, you ready for your prostate? Yeah, it's my first time, so I'm just a little nervous. Don't worry, I do this all the time. Oh, where should I put my pants? Just over there next to mine. Trust the science.
That is not a science I would like to trust. I'm just saying. I'm not trusting that. Yeah.
Just remember to take the lube of your preference when you go.
But all right. So that was that on that. I think I finished there. That was done. Oh, this one. For those of you that may have missed the Herschel Walker debate, here's a nice little snippet clip that you could that I pulled up for you guys. I have to brace my brain to listen to this.
I'm a law enforcement. I got this badge. See that right here? I got a badge. So when I got my cereal this morning, I went into the bottom of the box and I got this GI badge. I am official. I'm a Secret Service G-man, local county sheriff.
I don't even know what a Secret Service G-man is. And that is really not a joke. He did say that he was a Secret Service chief.
And they gave him that badge.
And he said they gave him that badge. Yeah. Poor thing. Anyways, moving right along.
You can't make this shit up. You just
you
can't.
You cannot.
You can't.
All right, let's go.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who had been saying that? Who said that? Who said that?
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Now we've come to the portion of the show where I guess a lot of people, especially some hanging in the balcony, I guess, wanted to know.
And
What happened in Chicago? Well, nothing. It was a great time had by all. Great, great, great time. Like really, I did not expect to have that much fun. It was like hanging out with my family when we go on vacations, like big vacations with a bunch of us, and just have a blast. Like from day one. I mean, personally, as I was sitting in the car Ubering, because I did stop, because one of the King's Court panelists, he stays in Chicago as well. So I did surprise and stop by him first. So I stopped by once I landed, because I was going to sit in the airport and wait for everybody, because my plane was super duper early, but I like early flights because TSA, sometimes it could be like a show for no reason. But they're getting better, so I guess, some people must have been cursing them out like, what is this? Because they go through this whole extra thing, which is sometimes unnecessary. So it's like, oh gosh, I like to get it out the way so that way I'm not, whatever, feeling some type of way going to the plane. So when I got there, I was gonna wait, and then I was like, no, but I was like, let me see what Ashley's doing. So I called him. He was, not doing anything. So I was like, I was gonna swing by, and I thought that would give me enough time, and then I'll head to the house when check-in was supposed to be. But then I wind up, he had to leave and go to work because he got called in. So then I wind up getting something to eat. So that's where the food picture came from, and that was from the Little Wolf in downtown Chicago or something close like it. It was good. It was good. I had a good time. I sat there and ate and had 2 drinks, and because I was there for a while with me and my suitcase, so I just figured I will, she said, take your time, no rush. I understand. I was like, okay, sure, no problem. Just keep the drink coming, and I'm here. So I did that. And just chilled out. It was a nice little vibe. The 2 young ladies, because I was at a community table, first time I've done that. It's a table where anybody just sits at. So you just come in and you sit. And you get your own menu, and you'll be sitting with somebody that you don't know. They just come and sit there. So I sat at the community table with some other people. The 2 young ladies there was having an interesting conversation, and I was listening as I was eating to them talking about who they watch on YouTube, and I just laughed like, and but the funny thing is, they didn't mention nobody in the beefing sectors. In the words of Quantum, beefing sector.
The ladies of color.
They didn't. Yeah, they mentioned content creators of color, but they didn't mention anybody in the beefing sector. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. But they had a very good conversation as I was kind of eavesdropping and eating and doing other stuff. But it was fun. It was fun. So then from there, finally got to the house. When Rebel landed, he did hit me up and say, he asked me where was I. I was like, I'm not. I was waiting in the airport for like hours. That was crazy. I felt homeless sitting there for 10 minutes. Okay, I felt homeless, like I was begging for change.
I need to be someplace.
Right,
in a strange place. I need to be somewhere.
I need to be somewhere. So I said, no, I'm not sitting here. I sat there for a good 10 minutes, and I was gone. And then I think on my way to Ashley's house, somebody hit me up and was like, hey, Cap, where you at? I'm looking for you. And I said, I couldn't stay there. I had to leave. Just because I felt weird. It just felt like I'm sitting here aimlessly, like, why am I here? So I was like, I need to keep moving. So I did that. I ate. Rebel called. He's like, he landed. Where was I? I said, I'm not there. I had to get something to eat. Yeah, I may be skinny, but I'm fat inside, so I like to eat. I'm hungry like that. So
and you better keep moving. You end up on a milk carton box.
Right. Somebody gonna swoop you away. So after that, I took the Uber back to the house thinking I was gonna make it to the house before they did, but we wound up actually getting there at the same time. They was pulling up and getting out the car, and so was I. So it was Rebel and my 2 cents, who I met first originally. Of course, me and Rebel have been friends since the Gentleman's Panel, but we've never met each other physically. So that was our first meeting, and that was cool. It was just like normal Rebel. Miss 2 cents, she was awesome. So then we went in the house, and like everybody does on the shows and stuff, we were going through talking about this room mine, that room mine. Like, no, I don't want this room. I'll pick this room. I don't want this room because it's by the door. I don't, stuff like that, because we were there early, so we were just messing around. And that was fun. But then once everybody started getting in, because we knew Sean was going to be later, we just started talking and ordering food and just chilling, and it was just a good vibe. Like, really, it was really just a good vibe. You could see the clip when Sean comes in and then he shows everything. That video is on his page, and that's pretty much what it was. If you see questions, you just got to point them out to me, because I'm just talking and I'm not looking at the chat because it's on a different screen. So that was that. And then, of course, because I'm the type of person, I don't like to get up and go nowhere without showering. Once I've been traveling, I had to shower and change my clothes. So if they was talking about going somewhere like right then and there, I wasn't going. But of course, everybody was on the same page, so I felt better about that, because I'm bougie like that. I don't know.
Oh, it's not bougie. Cruddy
But
airplane flights.
hey, some people be all like, "Oh, let's go," and I'm like, "No, I'm not going, because I got to go wash this off me before I go anywhere." So that's what we did. We did eat beforehand. We had some famous chicken that they have out there. And then, of course, I had to order my alcohol, which we didn't know the size, and I didn't know it was going to be that big, but it worked, whatever.
Well, at least it wasn't small.
Yeah, you
Got
go,
your money's worth.
You go big or go home. So, did that. So then got dressed, and I had on my other boots. I didn't bring my new boots because I didn't want it to rain on them or anything like that. So I did bring my little sneaker boots that I have. I have a pair of silver and gold ones, black and gold. So I brought the black and gold with me. I didn't bring the silvers. Those are the ones that Sean was talking about that I had some on or whatever. I've worn those before, but I was just like, I'm not trying to get them messed up. But these are cool. They'll work. So that was that. The pictures were really dope. I really like the pictures in that club. The first club we went to, of course, as he told, we went down. It was a karaoke bar, but for the rooms, you had to have a particular amount of people, and then it was a certain amount per person for the room, right? Excuse me. To do karaoke in. And at first we were like, all right, cool, let's do that. But then I was like, well, why don't we find out how many people are going? Because it really wouldn't make any sense to get a room if everybody's not going to go. So we just opted to just go to the place, because you could still go because it was a genuine admission. You just had to buy 2 drinks or whatever. So we decided to do that. We get there, and then they're talking about after we go through security, that that the bar is about to close in 30 minutes, and then there's either no room or they don't have something about that we couldn't go in. And I'm just like, well, you couldn't let the security guard know that before he started checking folks? Like, isn't he supposed to know what the capacity is or where y'all at before he just let people in? Because there's like, oh, you have to have a reservation. Cool, whatever. So we walked down the street to this next bar in which we took the pictures, which was cool. It was a whole vibe in there. The DJ was awesome. She was mixing it up. I don't know where she was getting these mixes from, but that little Asian girl was doing her thing. You would have sworn her name was Gunquisha, and she had a.
Is that the one that Sean was saying that he asked her, did she have a mixtape or anything?
Yeah,
but she's on SoundCloud.
Yeah, she's on SoundCloud. She is on Instagram too. I'll get it for.
Okay, you drop a link for that.
Yeah, I'll get it from him, and I'll put it in my community wall.
Yeah, Granny. Yeah, Sean was he was bragging on those bragging on your boots. You sure Motherfucker ain't steal your boots, did he? Because you know how
No,
bitches are.
no.
I can't find them.
uh, they go back in the plastic and back in the suitcase after.
Get back in the suitcase.
Yeah,
They had their own suitcase.
I don't pay attention. They would have, and I felt like, yeah. If I drove like that, I'm bad like that. Because if I had drove, I would have had 2 suitcases, one for my shoes and one for my clothes. Being that I had to fly, I had to all the sneakers had a bag of their own, but I still had to and the boots had a bag too, but I still had to put them all together in one suitcase, which I was okay with. But normally I don't do that. So so that was night 1, and of course we got back to about 3 o'clock in the morning. Before then, backtrack a little bit, we went to a diner in the area as well, and that was loud, but we were louder. D. Ramsey even went live that night at the table, and it was good. It was a cool vibe. Like it really was cool. It wasn't nothing. Everybody talked and everybody listened to each other and cracked jokes. And oddly enough, nobody really talked about YouTube or the people on YouTube, if at all. And if it was just like a little shady joke and kept it moving. But it wasn't nothing like, because, you should be on vacation enjoying the people you're around and not, talking about all the stuff that's irrelevant. But so that was cool. Then, of course, the drama was about to unroll itself into the diner when this, you could tell this group of young people came from the club and was trying to get served. And this black woman was like, I'm not serving. I don't have to do a goddamn thing. I don't have to serve none of y'all motherfuckers. And, one of them got a little hot, and Sean was looking like, let's get out of here for somebody to get shot.
You are in Chicago.
Right. That's the face he had. But we almost had an incident going into the diner because we were waiting. I mean, we were a large group, and they, had us wait for seating. And while we were waiting for them to clear tables for us to sit, this group, smaller group of black people came and just, kind of snuck their way in and walked to the back where we were supposed to be seated and took the seats. And, we didn't feel like fighting over no seats. So we just, got, I think it was 3 tables that they had in the center, and we just huddled around the 3 tables or whatever. It was cool. It worked. We were all able to sit together and eat and whatever. So that was cool. Like that. Then after that, we left, came back. Everybody kind of went to sleep. I'm the type of person, when I'm on vacation, I don't really sleep like that. So, because it's a strange place. So I'll sleep for a little bit and I'm up. So of course, when he was live, I was watching, like, I'm downstairs just to chill. And he's like, what you doing up? Cause like, it's new. It's not like it's home where you like, it's like, it's just,
you're just kind of relaxing.
Yeah. Right. You're just temporarily there. So you're just like,
in the back of your mind, because I don't know these crazy ass motherfuckers.
Right. Right. First of all, I don't even know what this place used to be. I mean, the house was really, really nice, but it looked like it probably used to be a multiple dwelling place, like in a bunch of apartments that they just kind of gutted and
open up different
rooms. Yeah, and open up the whole thing. But it was nice. It was a nice place. Let's see. Other than that,
well, that's to be able to accommodate as many people.
Yeah, I mean, although they were short on a bathroom, but yeah, it was still enough to accommodate the people in the bedrooms. Everybody had their own room, so it wasn't like no hanky panky going on, nothing like that. So before that even gets started,
we had to fly all the way to Chicago to get a piece.
Right. This is what I'm saying. Like, y'all make no sense when y'all talk about stuff like that. Because if you gotta fly somewhere to do that, and you can't do it where you are, that says a lot.
Better go local.
Right. With all the shit out here anyway, who would want to be going somewhere and then nah, no thanks. That's just stupid. But anyway.
You all be standing in line trying to get monkeypox shots.
Right, all the time. But then after that, let's see. Hey, what's up, Marcus? How you doing? Yeah, you were cut up. Yeah, Marcus is definitely, he's got some Megan knees on him. Definitely. He was getting down which was totally cool. Second day was the day we did a little sightseeing. We went downtown Chicago, the Navy Pier. We did the what was it? Something Dog, Sea Dog, I think it was. I think it was called the Sea Dog. I think. Well, it was a speedboat that does a speedboat and a tour.
Was
And
it cold on that water?
It was, but see, the thing about it is that day it was not cold. Like when I tell you, it was like, oh, okay, because we expected to be like, good. I had the hoodie on with the thing because I was expecting like, and then we got outside. It was like, oh, it's not bad. It's really not bad. Like I could really work this weather or whatever. And mind you, that impromptu, and I know Rebel was talking shit this morning about and you too had me cracking up talking about y'all look like a gospel group. Album
Yeah.
I said nigga right now.
Christian rock album cover, like a Christian rock album cover.
Not Christian rock. But, no, I did not.
That's the first thing when I saw that picture. I was like,
no, I did not push nobody out of the way to get in front to do the front of the photo. I was already out the house first. Okay, I was already out the house first. So when Sean was like, "Oh, let's take a picture," I just stood there and did my normal. Did you say picture? Pose. Because that's just what it is. But everybody did the same thing, so don't judge me. You see Rebel's foot all up on the wall, like so everybody when he said pose, everybody kind of did their own thing. But it was cool. That was definitely cool. That's a definitely cool photo. But that day is when we went downtown Chicago to check out some sites. So we did go to the Navy Pier. We took a picture there. We also took pictures on the speedboat, which is one of those large speedboats that they go in the water. And at first we like, oh, we can do this. This is cool. Like, no problem. We gonna rock this out. Like, they start hitting that gas. My hoodie, and I have my hair up, as you can see. So when you see the pictures of the back of my head, because Sean took some pictures of stuff in front of us. So when you see the pictures of the back of my head, I look like a cone head because I had that thing down so tight and kind of trying to cover my mouth at the same time because we were up in the front, which it was cool. We was up in the front, and D. Ramsey, God bless her, she's hilarious, hilarious. Really funny, but the whole time as the speedboat was going, she's like wrapping herself and covering her mouth because all that air, getting in, and it's a wrap. So she's doing all that and cracking up, laughing. And then when the boat would stop or slow down, and they do like a tour, talking about the history of the architecture of the buildings, which it is a beautiful city and has some great architecture, like really, really, really dope stuff. She take her stuff off completely and like listen to the lady. I'm like, oh, that's dope. Then she's like, okay, you're gonna get and real fast, like mad quick, and be all tight and be like ready to go. But that that stuff was when they was hitting them speeds. At first, I was like, oh, wait, I needed an inhaler because I wasn't.
It took your breath.
Taking my breath away. I was like, wait. I had to like turn your face to like get your breath. And I was like, oh, okay, I can do it. But at first it was like, God damn. I don't know if I could do this, y'all. But it was fun. I was like, I don't know if I could do this. It was fun though. It was totally fun.
Would you have to run to the bar right afterwards?
No, we didn't run to the bar right afterwards. We did go to we regrouped because some people, my hands was cold. I was cold as hell. What's up, Rebel? Yeah, don't drop down now because you're talking about somebody dropped in, jumped in front of you. Wow, whatever. We did go inside a little eatery because some people did not want to go on everybody didn't go on the little speedboat. So we kind of regrouped to pick up everybody and then headed to the Signature Lounge is where we went to because we were told by the tourists on the boat, where to go to see a beautiful view. The view is spectacular from the ladies' bathroom. So, of course, when we went there, that's what D. Ramsey went to go do. She's like, I want to go to the bathroom. in the lounge so I could see the view. So she did. That's where we went. It is a restaurant that you have to take the elevator up to go to, which is a really nice restaurant. The view is spectacular. If you look on people's community walls, you will see a bit of the view. That view is something awesome. It really is. But the view from the ladies' bathroom is even better. But of course, the man that I am, I did not go into the ladies' bathroom. Okay. So, but she did take a picture from the ladies' bathroom. Oh, it had, yeah, it was the 99th floor. I thought it was like the 90 something floor, but not the 99th. But cool and all nonetheless. Yeah, that elevator is a speed elevator, so your ears did pop and all that other extraness, but it was fun. It was definitely fun. I had a apple spice mojito. That was good.
What? No pumpkin spice?
I don't do no goddamn pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice is nasty. Pumpkin spice is definitely nasty. I don't do pumpkin spice. But so we did that. What else? Yeah, we ate. I had some stuff because those people that know me know I don't eat everything. I don't eat beef and I don't eat pork. So a lot of that stuff, like I ordered some stuff, but I was just like, they were like, no, don't order that if you don't eat it. I was like, I'm ordering it for the table. Duh. And, you know, I don't have to like, I can eat around stuff. Like I don't really like sides or something like that. If it's like a place where they don't like have no chicken and no this and everything is mostly beef stuff. But no, that was cool. Then what happened after that? So after leaving the signature bar is where everything kind of popped off. Now if you haven't seen the Uber thing on the community wall, please check it out. When I tell you it was the funniest shit ever, it was like you could not make that up. That was like TV gold, really. It was so funny, so good. But then too, it was like mad like nuggets that she was dropping without even knowing she was dropping it. But it was so cool. Yeah, I may be skinny, but yeah, we was crammed in that mofo, and it was quite uncomfortable. And I myself with Alexis, that must have been Alexis. What's the smaller version? NX or in something? That must have been that, because if that was an actual 350, I don't know if I want a new one, like a brand, like an upgrade, because that means it's smaller inside.
It's smaller.
I was hurting. I was hurt. We all were hurting though when we got out. We were hurting, but it was fun. It was fun. She talked about her Ubering and that she just started back, and she was like, she just do this to get her nails done or whatever. And then of course Detroit was like, well, let me see your nails, girl. And she had bald nails.
Nails.
She have no nails.
What, she had boxes in the back of hair?
Yes. But at first I didn't see the boxes, right? So I didn't see the boxes at first. And I was about to tell Rebel, there's a lever on the side that you can pull to pull the seat back, you know, like to recline it a little bit, so to give you a little more room. And he made a look back, and I looked like over his shoulder, and I was like, oh damn, where are these boxes? I was like, what the fuck is she doing here? I was like, oh shit, don't get us caught up in no shit. Don't let her be, you know, smuggling drugs or some shit, and we all get caught up here and get it. Not to mention,
and 40 y'all roll out a little Lexus, right?
Right, as you roll out, looking like a clown car. So not to mention that when Rebel ordered the Uber and she pulled up, he proceeded to get in because, of course, he ordered it, so he wanted to make sure. So she was on the phone with her mother, and I heard Rebel, because I was walking towards the car. I heard Rebel say, "Hey, mama," you know, and I thought, he buttering her up because she like, I'm not taking all you motherfuckers. Like, no. So as I got close to the car, I heard her say, "Well, how many of it, is it of y'all?" And he was like, "Oh, it's just, this many." She was like, "No." She was like, "No, I'm not taking all of y'all." And he was like, "Oh," he was like, okay, like that. So then, I guess maybe she thought about it again, and she was like, all right. So she started to, and that's like where the D Ramsey, somebody had mentioned, like we had like favor this whole trip. Like it was just like one thing after another that was just like really, because even at the Signature Lounge, we wasn't supposed to sit there because we had decided, oh, we're not gonna do the view by the glass. We'll sit someplace else. We just need a large enough space for us to all sit kind of together. And the guy was like, all right, cool, y'all can sit here. And then the other couple that was by the glass linked over to somebody that was closest and was like, oh, we're leaving. Y'all could have where we're sitting. So we had already planned in our heads, okay, when they get up, we just gonna slide over. Everybody just move in one quick motion, wham, bam, and keep it moving and just act like you just always been there. So the waiter came back over and said, y'all can't do that. He was like, but y'all told me y'all didn't want to sit by the window. And we was like, but they moving. He was like, all right, well, give me a minute. So he did something or spoke to somebody. And then next thing I know, he was like, he gave the head nod and we just slid on over. And, it was what it was. But so we get in the car, and she said she wasn't taking all of us. Then she had a second thought and she said, all right, hell, here go Rebel. Look at him. And he said, oh, hell, get in here. And at first they were like, no, we're not going to go. Go ahead, y'all. We'll call another Uber. And she let them have it. She said, the hell no, you're not. I done clinked off my goddamn seat. Y'all going to get the hell in here. And I was like,
oh, she wasn't having it. Hey, Nate.
Hey, Rebel. How you doing, man?
Yeah, she said, I didn't move this stuff to the side. Y'all getting in here. Yeah, she wasn't having it. Wait, say that again.
I said, did your snooch enjoy itself?
It did. It did. It was very comfortable and very well rested, I'll say.
Yeah, he was resting because you surely was sleeping.
I know. I got my sleep. Listen, I sleep. Yes, I sleep. I hybrid. Hell, but after that damn Pineapple Express with D. Ramsey, hell, you couldn't help but to sleep.
Yeah, so I was getting to that. So when we got back to because you got to watch it on the community wall, the Uber trip, to know all the details. But that was fun. That was definitely comedy gold. But so getting to the house was the pajama party. Okay. So pajama party time. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go do my thing, which is shower. That's what you were gonna do, and change into pajamas. So I showered, changed into pajamas. We started getting ready for the little pajama, and I did my usual, get my drink together. Okay, so that was about 7:00, and follow the times because I want you to make sure that I'm being very clear. I was gone early, so I started drinking at 7. I think about 8:30. It had to be like 8:30-ish. Here comes D. Ramsey, the conductor of the Pineapple Express, coming by, dropping off packages.
Okay, it was a locomotive.
It was a locomotive. So I got the first package, and my 2 cents got the second one. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm thinking, gummy, I've had them before. They ain't been that, hit that hard. They just hit like, good junk, like, okay, I feel a little something. I'm good. And I can continue to enjoy my night. Oh, no. 10:00, that train came. And I was like, and all I heard was Sean go, Cat, are you asleep? Are you drunk? I said, was I sleeping? I said, I'm not drunk, but I must have been sleeping. So I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go. So I was like looking at the little hallway to my room, and I'm like, that's a long way. What is going to be such a long walk? I was like, whatever you do, don't fall or cause any attention to yourself. Just make it to your room and close the door. So that was just my goal. Make it to the room, close the door, right? So I was like, boom, I'm going to do this. One quick, I'm going to be like, hey, good night, everybody. And boom, and chuck it, right? And ain't nobody going to notice that I'm gone. And I'm going to just be in my room all messed up to myself, right? Oh, but no, I go in, close the door, and realize motherfucker, you left your phone and your on the charger in the downstairs common area where everybody was hanging out. So you got to go back. So not only did I walk that long hallway once,
And
twice.
this was the house was a big house.
Yes. So, and being high as I was and a little inebriated, doing that that was a champion feat. But I was just trying to be like mind over matter. If I thought I got it, great, good, let's go back, good night, and just be cool, I was good. So I did that, made it back to the room, was like, whew, okay, now go to bed, go to sleep, because you got to sleep this off. So as I'm sleeping, I hear Sean go, "Cat, you sleep?" I was. He said, "Oh hell," and closed the door, and I went back to sleep.
Because he told me he was coming. He told me he was going to. Because he came in my room. He said, "Rebel." He said, "Rebel nigga, what you doing?" I said, "Huh?" I'm like, I was, I sleep comfortably sometimes, so I may be nude or something when I'm sleeping, but I'm just comfortable. So I was in my room, my own room with my own bathroom for the most part, and I shared it, of course. But Sean came in and my half naked ass hanging out the bed somewhat. Sean said, "What the hell, nigga? What you doing in here?" I said, "What? Huh? Wait, oh shit, oh hey." I said I was kind of sleep, and he was like, we laughing and talking, but no, I had let me stop you. I had underwear on. Let me not say that because they'd run with that like it was a whole orgy in the house.
Right.
But so Sean told me, I said, what time? I said, okay, yeah, I'll be down. Let me throw my pajamas on. And I said, wait, Cap said he was going to sleep. Did he? Because you said you were going to sleep. When I said, wait, what were y'all doing? And you were out. So he said, I'm gonna go see. He said, I'm gonna go get that nigga. He said, I'm gonna go in there and get. I'm gonna go fuck with Cap. And he left my room, and because we were on two different. I was on the third floor. Cap was on. Yeah. But he he went to go get you. And I went downstairs, and I didn't know that D. Ramsey had struck several people before I got there. So
like targets. Pew, pew,
I said, and I just walked down there, had me a look like I'm a Moscato drinking person. I drink Moscato. That's the extent of it. So I come down there, have my little Stella Rosa Black, and here's D. Ramsey, unassuming, like she was like the woman with Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah.
What you want to come into the house, the gingerbread house,
right?
Like sweets
all
for
the
the
sweets, all the sweets.
Yes. So she had this. I'm like, that looks like little what's the little sour candies, like the little
like people. They look like little peach rings. It was like, it's like
it looks sweet and sugary. They're like they have some little sugar ice, the little sugar drops on them. So of course I took one, and she said, "Oh, it's still a little piece left," so I had to take the other little piece, of course, which made a hole.
So you had I just ate the whole one. I didn't even like.
Yeah, so because mine had broke apart. It broke apart because they were stuck together. So I pulled the other part.
God telling me.
And that little damn D. Ramsey, you love her to death, but she set our asses because so was she. I got that other little piece, and Nate, I kid you not, I was sitting there and my eyes just started doing like, and everything was like waving, like I was like seeing wave, like shock waves, and things start being funny that I don't usually laugh at. So I'm laughing at shit, and I don't know what stuff that I'm laughing at. Why am I laughing at this? I'm laughing, then I'm getting sleeping. I'm getting sleepier by the minute. And I was starting to think, oh God, how am I gonna get back to my room? This is what I'm thinking. You better not fall in front of everybody when you get up.
Me too. I was thinking.
I was like, get your bearings. Get your bearings before you get the hell up, because I'm not busting my ass on this wooden floor because we couldn't wear shoes for traction, so of
Right.
course we had socks on.
Yes.
So
sliding on the wall.
I'm like, okay, I'm trying to get my constitution together before I get up, and I'm just like, okay, am I ready? No, I'm not. And I just was laid there in and out of it, just in and out, and I'm looking around. Cap didn't come back. He hadn't came back yet. A few others had taken the bait, and they were out for the count. I was like one of the last men standing. I was the last one to get the little sweetness of D. Ramsey, the little the goodies that D. Ramsey had.
Out cold.
And she thought that shit was so. She thought it was so. She was
So
killing herself
funny.
laughing at it.
So funny.
Yes,
Right?
she was just having her a hoot.
Hey, Lynn T, what's going on, girl?
Hey, Lynn T.
Should I say sexy Lynn T? None of that.
Okay, what you call it again?
I said sexy Lynn T. I said, all right, Lynn T. Shut up. But I got hit by the train and I was laid out. Okay.
The train went off the cliff.
The train
went
off
off
the track.
mountain.
So by 10 o'clock, him was knocked out. I didn't wake up till 4 o'clock. And then I was like, okay, where the party at? I'm up, ready to go.
Yeah.
Obviously, the house was dark. House was dark. I was on my phone looking at shit for about a few hours. Then somebody was like, who else is up? I was like, I am. It was like, how long have you been up? I've been up for a while. For a while. I kind of went back and forth to sleep, but I was up. But that train had me out. It was not my drink because I didn't even drink that much. I did drink a lot, but that's my normal. It wasn't nothing out of the normal. But that
ain't no. Let me tell you, Cap is he's not a drinker like that. But you drink something that's this stuff will burn my throat. You drink just. Because JC was like, take a shot, everybody take a shot, take a shot. I was like, and I tried to get by and not take a shot, but of course she's yeah. So the shot, it felt like the devil pissed down my throat when I did take the shot, and I wasn't cold anymore.
Right, exactly. See? Look at that.
I was
improved the circulation, huh?
That's right.
Because we didn't know how to. The heating system, we didn't know if we were turning it on right. Because some of these houses, it's like one floor is operated with one, and you go to the different levels. And the house, I would say the house was probably like a 4,000 or 5,000 square feet, probably about 5,000 square feet house. So it was pretty. And you walk, if you was somebody that didn't want to go up no stairs, maybe them stairs will wear you out.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful house, though. The house was beautiful, and it was just, we had a time. Everyone was very welcoming, and just the energy.
I was drinking Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels. Yeah, that's what it was. Jack Daniels. That I thought it was Jim Beam.
No.
Okay. Because we had the Jack Daniels. And what was the clear liquor that we had? It was two of them.
Tito's and Bacardi.
It was Tito's and it was Bacardi, right? Yeah, okay. So, and then the when we did the brunch, everything was really nice.
Yeah.
And I felt like, I was like, oh, I hated for it to end.
Yeah. That was really sucked. That really sucked. But it was good. The brunch was great. Everybody
and tell them, Cap, I am, and for y'all in the chat, tell them I am very angelic in person. Be honest, Cap.
Yeah, no, my personality. He has really curly.
Hey, what the hell is so funny, Nate?
He has really curly eyebrows. Like his eyelashes are really curly and pretty. It's like, oh, you do get kind of caught in them. You be looking like, why are they so curly? They're so like that's so pretty.
The white girls, when I was in school, they would be like, oh my God, can I touch your lashes? Do you curl your lashes?
Yeah, they literally look like he presses them and gives them a nice little curl. They're so, it's weird, but
But
no, it was really cool.
I think that, and that's the thing. Y'all Cap is definitely a sweetheart. He was so, yeah, he was a sweetheart. He was very.
Don't get it twisted.
But and everybody, we sat there. And we just when we would laid across Sean's bed. We were all like we were just at home.
Yeah, that is true.
Laid across the bed, talking, just kikiing, and
yeah, cool. What I will say is the Chicago people who were there showing us a good time or giving us suggestions on where to go or what to do or who stopped by the house. Definitely so honored to meet them so much. I was even more taken aback that they knew me. I was like, oh my God, I can't. Like, it was so like, oh. So that was touching. I was really touched by that. I'm not gonna lie. I was very much humbled by all of that. But it was so cool.
And that cake that Mika brought.
Yes. Although I'm not a
I
fan.
told her, girl, you put your whole foot. You put your foot in the corns, and if you had corns calluses, baby, you put the whole foot in there. And it was, how the old people said, Southern people would say that. And I was like,
I mean, I'm not a fan of lemon, but her cake was good. Her cake was definitely.
I'm not really a big lemon cake pie person either, but her cake was really it was good. And y'all cake and let me tell you something. Cap does eat cake. He ate the cake. He ate that cake.
Of course I do. So yeah, that was fun. They had, I will say they did have me chained and washing dishes. That was just a joke. No, they didn't. That's something that me and D Ramsey, because I was just washing dishes just to help out and clean up because people that were cooking cooked, and then as stuff was being finished, I was just putting stuff away or whatever. And she was like, you better stop washing these dishes when people start saying that we chained you to the sink and made you wash dishes and shit. And we just cracked up. It was just joking. It was so much fun. But it was really cool. It was cool to see adults be adults and really chip in and help and do stuff, and nobody had an issue with anything. It was just like I said, just being on vacation with your family and you just kicking back and cracking jokes and just having a good time.
Yeah.
Really
and fun. Even with the food, just buying stuff, everyone just let everything be for it. Anything you got, if I Cap got something, I got something. Sean, anyone, it was just like help yourself. Enjoy. It's here for everyone. It wasn't any no type of animosity, no negative energy. It was just positive vibes and just like we had known each other for years.
Yeah. That's the crazy part. Yeah, that is really crazy. Let's see. Other than that, granted, I will say people's issues with Sean are their own issues, and I'm not going to, either way. But to me, he was perfectly fine. I mean, I don't have an issue with him. Like myself, if I had it, you have it, and he's the same way. And sometimes that don't rock with people, and certain things don't rock for certain people, and that's fine. But I don't know. I really had a great time. Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was gonna say that about Sean also. That people, you don't know people until you've really been around them.
Yeah.
And I think the people there would take the shirt off their back and give it to someone. Yeah. And I think that even with me, y'all, let me tell you something. When we rode in the cab, that we looked like it was a clown car when we were in it.
Yes, God.
I left my phone, fell out my pocket because we were so damn jammed up.
Mm-hmm.
And my phone fell out my pocket, and the driver, Brandy, never forget her name, Brandy, Sean called my phone, and she called my phone back. and she was bringing my phone back. And y'all, and yes, Sean, I'm telling it. I was giving her some money for bringing my phone. Not much, but something that she can get her something to eat.
Yeah, right.
Sean didn't even have to. Went in his pocket to give this girl some money for bringing the phone back. And I was like, Sean, I'm giving her something. He said, nigga, she can have something.
Right.
He gave her me the money, and I gave her. And she was like, oh, thank you. She was like, thank you so much, y'all. Y'all didn't have to do this. But, and I just say this to give people an idea who
people
the energy
are.
that we had.
Yeah.
The energy that we had for him to go in his pocket for my phone that he didn't have to do that for. He didn't have to do that for me.
Yeah.
Right. So I got to know him for him like I got to know Cap for him, just and Marcus. Listen, Marcus, y'all, Marcus is a hoot. Marcus is okay.
With his water drinking. Yeah, okay.
Baby, okay.
A lot of water.
Okay.
It's so much
baby,
too much.
It was fun.
Drunken Uno was cool too. Although we was recovering from the slumber party that we didn't really go too hard, but we still had a few drinks for Sunday. But definitely, it was water. Looking back, it was water. Okay, but no, fun time had by all. Really, I definitely appreciate the invitation by Club Chat and the Side Eyes. And now that I know who the Side Eyes are, everybody was amazingly beautiful in their own way, and I definitely. Just want to say publicly that for me, going different places, different people, sometimes you get different vibes because, I'm a special person. So, but definitely treated like nothing.
Get the door.
It was just, it was definitely just beautiful to be around people that just was just, like, what? Like, it's nothing. So that was definitely welcoming. Wholeheartedly. Like, it was so much fun. Like, I wouldn't even have thought that I was going to have that much fun. But I definitely did.
That's good. I'm glad y'all had a good time.
Yes, sir.
and there was no foolishness.
Yes, no foolishness.
I think, too, because of just the people that you come in contact with over whether or not you are in the beef sector, not the beef sector, or just going through that area, you just kind of have a preconceived perception of them just being messy or whatever, and then you come to find out that they're really not.
Yeah, like
their online personas are so much
right. It's so much different than their actual person. Like, I'm sure a lot of people probably thought I was extra reserved and kind of like a little like, but no, I'm really like totally. I get down with the get down. But but I do have to be comfortable enough to do that though. Like, if I'm not that comfortable, I still will do some stuff, but I will
kind of just more reserved with it.
But no, it was really much like really just hanging out. So yeah, it was a good time. It definitely was a good time. Yes, definitely down to earth. Totally. Yes, sirs.
Well, so now what were you said that everyone you usually are reserved, right? You were saying that?
Yeah, like if I don't if I come into a situation and I don't feel like totally like comfortable, I will still partake, but I'll reserve myself. I'll kind of stay somewhat reserved. But it was just really cool. I didn't even have to do that. I just was like in the moment.
Yeah, I'm very similar to that. I think people expect me to be like getting on top of tables and dancing when they meet me.
Yeah, like no, really truly, not like getting on top of tables and dancing, but then I did expect you to be like how you are on your conversations, or when you going at Tracy, or when you're doing like that. I expected instantly for you to be like on one and ready to go, and you are the total opposite. Like, you are just like, you're just chill, laid back, just like, this is cool. This is
My
chill.
ex used to say I was a
Like
demonic.
I expect you to be doing this the whole time, just snapping your fingers like that was groovy. Like that's groovy. Like, and I know people say that about me because of the locks and everything. Like I probably smell like what somebody say I smell like. They think I smell like I probably smell
frankincense,
like
patchouli,
frankincense or lemongrass. Hey, Carrie Soul, what's going on? Thank you.
They said you smell like what?
She said I give the aura like I smell like frankincense and lemongrass or something like that. I guess because of the locks or whatever, but I do not. I'm not going to tell you what I smell like because I don't want you to go buy it out because then I don't have none for myself.
See, okay.
But I smell good. Yeah, because I'm big on that. I don't play no games with that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's important.
Nobody was thirsty.
No, right. Nobody was thirsty. Yeah. So
I think also, yeah, it is. But Sean is like that also.
Yeah. No, Sean is definitely like that too. Like I expected Sean to be like, "Hey, motherfuckers!" Like, but he wasn't like really. He is reserved, but he likes to watch people like have a good time. Like he enjoys. If you are having a good time, then he's having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing. But he's very much like he just sit back and he just chill. Like he don't really, he'll turn up a little bit, but he doesn't really.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Now, I think the comfort level once Sean has gotten around you, because he was like you and I. We're all very similar in that. Now, who's a party is D Ramsey and Miss New.
Miss
New and D baby. They brought the party when they went somewhere. We had to just sit back and chill. We could sit back and chill because they were gonna bring the party out of you anyway.
Yeah, they were either gonna bring the party out of you, or if somebody was giving an issue, they was gonna give them the party. Okay.
Because yeah,
no joke. She was definitely auntie, hands down, both of them. But very loving. Like I was just like in awe of the both of them. They were very just free spirited, just totally free spirited. Not what I expected, but what I expected, if that makes any sense. Because D Ramsey always, gives you this like a light and like, oh, she's so like, oh, and it's like, whoa, it's like a ball of energy that is just like, wow, I want to have that. Can I have some what she's having, like that kind of energy? Because it is definitely like
and I tell people, D Ramsey is the whole thing about
her being
how she
homeless.
Yeah, it's like you don't even know the half of it. That woman is far from any of those things.
Right. Yeah, and that part is crazy. Yeah, but it was a surprise to see her, and I was definitely surprised by that. That was one of the many surprises that Chicago brought. Yeah, but it was definitely cool. It was definitely cool. I loved it all.
And just even talking, just chilling. I got a chance, because you and I had some pretty good conversations.
Right. Yeah. And that was cool. Like, getting to know you, like even knowing you, but not really knowing you like in person. That was cool. Behind, all the gentleman's panel stuff and just like getting to know you, that was cool. I was like, oh, okay. So you are cool.
Rebel, with my cloth.
I told
that, you know what? You need to get to talk to Leon T. Because Leon T stopped. They revolted against me. Her and Jess and Kimberly Black. They refused to do the cloths.
Then will there be a new one for this year for the holiday?
I'm trying to get, but no, Leon T wasn't having no part of it, and she just hell no. So that's what I had to deal with. So I just threw the towel in.
Oh yeah, this is definitely
literally. I did throw the towel in, literally. But so I think that only thing I wish Internet Granny would have been there.
Yes, I do. I do wish Internet Granny would have been there. I wish Johnny Mac would have been there. It would have been awesome to see you.
Lynn T.
Lynn T. Yes. It would have been awesome to see a lot of people, but it's always next time, and
yes,
look forward to more adventures,
more things down the
That is
line.
definitely so awesome that it being my first time to Chicago, always wanting to go, and to go with that experience, hands down the best, one of the best trips I've had.
What you thought of the boat tour?
The boat tour was cool,
lake.
but the wind, I
yeah.
told you that wind took my breath away at first. So when they first pulled off, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I had to like pull my head to the side, like, don't pass out, bitch, because you can't breathe.
When that wind started hitting me, I was like, okay, I'm gonna soldier through this. Let me soldier through this because listen, I'm a Southern person, and when I was telling my 2 cents, we both are Houston people, and we like, damn, this wind ain't no joke. And I had left my hoodie at home, so I had that little corduroy jacket, and that wasn't in the corduroy jacket. It was cute to look at, but it wasn't doing nothing.
It was not It was not Chicago.
It wasn't ready for Chicago. No, it was not ready for Chicago.
It wasn't at all. That boat ride was something else. But
we'll teach you to be dressing cute.
It was
no, but I had long johns and I had other stuff, but my hoodie was gonna be the staple thing that I was gonna be wearing, the main thing, when we go out. Because I packed one little duffel bag. My little weekend bag looked like a Chipotle burrito already.
Hold on 1 second. Petty Duke said, Cap, you didn't want to meet me. I'm insulted. You said you didn't want to meet me. So don't even go there with the insults. But I still love you, Petty Duke. I love you awesomely. And I would love to meet you when you want, and if you want to meet me. But go ahead.
I didn't want to check a bag in. I was fighting with that because I had another piece of luggage I could have, but I just wanted to grab my bag and go and not be waiting at the carriage. So I didn't pack some of I had like a trench kind of coat I could have brought, an overcoat. I just didn't bring them, but I was like, okay, next place we need to go somewhere that's warm. Hopefully it'll be a warm place to go to. So that was it. Nate, you would have had a great time. I could have shared a room with Nate.
Okay.
No, I mean because the beds were big.
Yeah, okay.
Like a brother.
I have nothing to say.
Brothers. Brothers, like
they would have been across town, okay? Far away. And when he took an Uber, like others, and came when the party was at, and left when the party was up. All right, good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.
I beg to differ. Whatever.
But anyway, that was really it. Everybody kind of left. Some people left early Sunday. The Mocha sisters, they left early Sunday, and they were a pleasure as well. Beautiful people. Everybody that came, everybody that stopped by the house, were just awesome. Had an awesome time. Just can't say it enough. It was really, really great. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, Internet Granny said, "Yeah, we are gonna hook up one day." Internet Granny.
Yeah, of course.
She said, yeah.
Yes, without a doubt.
Especially that this shows that you can go and have a nice time.
Yeah, and not nobody trying to do some bullshit like look at you and then go back report on some bullshit that didn't need to be reported on.
Like what? And people are, what? I think that's a whole a deeper thing going on with them.
Yeah.
If they feel they have to come back and say something about what anyone looked like, because what do you look like?
Right. At that. But you know, it's all about jealousy at the end of the day.
Something that should be riding a tricycle, jumping through hoops of fire, or
And a
performing for mackerel.
But it's all good. But it was fun. Like I said, I had a amazing time. Amazing time with great people, great spirits. Yeah, and you know, they got to see me in a different light. I know they was like, "He is crazy," but it's all good. I had a good time.
You did. You let your hair down,
And
literally and figuratively. But I think that, with everybody, you just was really. I felt like you just was at home, because you were definitely, laughing and joking and crass at times. But I think that you were very likable. You're a very likable person.
Oh, you're so funny. You're so funny. But yes, you were pretty cool yourself, sir.
Thank you.
With your Bambi eyelashes.
It was Mika. Mika's told me that. She was like, "Can I?" No, was it me? It was no Detroit. That damn Detroit. She said, "Do you curl your lashes? Can I touch them?" Like, yeah. So she grabbed my lash. She was like, I said, "Well, there's an eyeball under that lash right there." We were laughing, but I do get that a lot. And the Mocha sisters.
Yeah.
So Mocha and her sister said, "Oh my God, you know who you remind me of, who you kind of resemble?" I said, "Let me guess." She said, "Prince." I said, "Oh, okay."
Was that the first time you heard that one?
No, I've heard that a lot of times. But
yeah, it was awesome. Marcus, awesome.
Huh?
I said it was awesome. He said it was.
Oh yes, Marcus.
I said I enjoyed meeting you too, Marcus. Your new name for me is Meganese. Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Meganese.
Marcus is a nimble little. That's a nimble little thing right there. He's very nimble.
That's a goodness gracious.
You ain't. Your turn, Rebel. I be damn.
Right. It was like, oh no. I was like, I was like, I'm trying to keep the knees I have. No, thank you.
No, you ain't gonna have me soaking in some Epsom salt for the next few days. I'm not doing that.
No.
Not freestanding anyway. Now in the bed, that's a different thing.
Ooh.
But yeah, Marcus I'm telling you, Marcus was so fun and just yeah.
So fun and just so loving and just so everything that you want a good trip to be. You know what I'm saying? Where you just have a good time, and even when you have downtime and you're just talking, like you're just together and just having discussion, and then it's like, okay, well, what are we doing today after all that stuff? You know, it was just like that. It wasn't even a thing of like, I need space or I need time to myself. It's like, it's just
you could have stayed home for that.
That's what
okay. Right.
I said the same thing. I said, if people going to, not be engaging and do stuff when you go on vacation with a group of people, then you could do that at home.
You can do that at home.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, okay, I don't even think my body would let me sleep, like I said, because I wasn't home, so I wasn't quite comfortable.
Because you hyped up and you're ready to go and do stuff,
Right.
And that's the purpose. It's definitely, why am I in another state?
Right.
And I'm not going to fellowship with anyone, not going to get to know. These are not, that my whole reason was to meet other people and to.
I mean, that's why we do this. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, this is what this is about. You are meeting people from different walks of life, different places, sharing views or points of view, with a mass of people. And it's the same thing when you go out and you go to a trip or a destination with a group of people. Everybody's different, coming from different places. We came from all over. And a lot of people thought that we all had known each other for years because the way we kind of interacted, especially like with the Uber cab ride, she didn't know that we all came from different places, but she assumed that we was all like, we traveled together, of course, but we all kind of was like family that traveled together. Like, no, we don't really know each other, but we but we cut up like this on the regular.
You know, even with me and my 2 cents,
Right.
because me and my 2 cents, we were at the airport together
Mm-hmm.
coming,
Yeah.
and it was funny because we were sitting down. There was a guy that started doing BMX bike movements in a wheelchair. Now, was he wheelchair bound? No, he just sat in the wheelchair, and he was a white guy that he loved black women, because when the black women walked by, he would flirt with all the black women walking by,
Mm.
and he started doing things. He was popping willies in the wheelchair. Me and my 2 cents there said, "You got to be kidding me!" And of course, he popped a few willies and he fell back in the wheelchair at the airport. And did that deter him? Did that stop the performance? No, he carried on the performance even more so. And he fell back again in the wheelchair. So when that happened, I had to pull up my YouTube and I started playing the Benny Hill. And I played it so you could hear it. And he started doing it again. And I said, my 2 cents just fell out laughing. I said, well, the third time's the charm. And yeah, he started that. We got our kiki from that, and that started our energy with the trip. And it was just, from there on, we just but we were, it was just people laughing, and just having, again, I can't say it enough. I'm so, glad that everyone just were beautiful. Like you were saying, Cap, just beautiful inside and out people. And just
like Detroit, she is a sweetheart. She is amazing.
Detroit, yes, Detroit is a sweetheart. When we were in the cab, when she told her, not the cab, when we were in the Uber, and she said, "Oh," she said, "my back is hurting." She said, "This is not comfortable." And the Uber driver said, "You'll be all right."
Right, you'll be all right. But she said, "It's not far to go."
It ain't far to go.
It's not far to go. It's only a couple minutes. She closed that door and pulled off. She said, "Well, how many minutes is it?" About 20, 35. We're like, "Oh, damn."
Like she was going to say 7 to 8 minutes. She just, okay.
Oh my God. It was just so crazy.
What made you stop for us? Because y'all was dressed nice?
Yeah, she said because y'all was dressed nice. She also said because y'all was cute. But you can't hear that because we're talking over her. But yeah, I was like, what she mean? But
okay, Brandy. Brandy, if we would have got into any altercation with any driver, if she would have had a wreck, she would have been ready to throw hands, because she, she took part of somebody's hand off that grabbed her breast.
Mm-hmm. She sure did. You gotta watch the story, child. She tells the whole story. Some person tried to reach over and touch her breast, and she
he didn't try. He did. She did. He grabbed her. I was like,
and she nearly cut his whole hand off. I said, my God.
Yeah, she wasn't playing. She said, yep. She said he was crying and everything. 3 white boys.
Yep.
But
and Jay Dunn, I did tell her I was gonna report her to you if she was driving erratically. I said I was gonna report her to you. So you got a shout out to Jay Dunn that I was gonna report her straight to you.
Okay.
It's even said in the video, so you know.
And the hair is a big thing in Chicago, though.
Yeah, everybody's doing hair. Everybody's getting wholesale hair pieces and things.
Because it's cold up there. What do you expect? Shit.
It's a big business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She said she had been, baby Brandy was a hustler. She said they would go buy those meals, and she said, to be honest, the food was nasty, but she said you could get dog crap, but she didn't say it, and she said it in a more colorful way. And she said they'll buy it. Someone to buy it. So
yeah, that's right. Okay. Marcus and JC had the catfish Uber Audi. You remember when when their Uber pulled up, it was an Audi. I was like, okay, Audi. I think it was a Q7. I was like, oh, okay. They said, that thing.
It wasn't what it was cracked up to be. Really?
No. They said that thing was shutting off in a minute. He had to keep revving it up every time he stopped at a light or a stop sign so it wouldn't cut off. They said it was trash.
Wow.
You can't upkeep it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's crazy. Well, all right. It's been a minute. I've been on here long enough. It's 2 hours and 26 minutes. So y'all got a whole 26
Thought you had
minutes.
stamina.
Not for this. You let that nugget drop where you want it to drop, okay? Thank you.
Well, I'm glad all of y'all had a very nice weekend and enjoyed yourself and showed that yes,
Are
you
you
can
going
fellowship
to
together.
Huh?
I said it showed that y'all can fellowship together.
Yes, right.
Yes.
And not fall in shit. You know? Nobody was wrestling. Okay, nobody was on the bed wrestling like others.
Oh yeah.
Meet and greets, wrestling and stuff. There was no wrestling going on. Everybody was cool, calm, and collected. Shout out to you. Nobody was busting nobody's ass in a wrestling match.
Or busting nobody's ass, right?
Oh God. But yeah, that's all, you guys. That's all I got. So just make sure, like I said, quick recap, early voting has started in the state of Georgia. So if you do live in Georgia, do your due diligence to make your way to the polls. And if you are a woman, let alone a woman who's Black or of color, just go vote. All right. Anything anybody wants to say before I get on the ball here?
No, I had to come on. I saw you were on. I just came back from a birthday dinner.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
still partying. Hey,
yes. Look, I partied so much. I woke up this morning, didn't get to work till 9:30, of course, because I had. But
late.
I definitely enjoyed the conversation. I was listening to some of it when we were finishing. We were just sitting outside talking. But and I think it was just good, just like this, with people coming in and us interacting. Just this intimate setting sometimes is better overall. Just like there. But I had a great time for the minutes that I came on with you guys. And
of course.
when are you doing another show?
Tuesday, every Tuesday for the most part.
Okay, but you're doing what Friday?
Friday, the King's Court. That's on King's Shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he goes Kojic on Fridays.
Kojic, okay.
I'm still a bad.
That's why he was all posed up like a Christian rock group in that picture.
You know what?
And our picture in front of the house.
Yeah, they sure did. I looked at that, and that was the first thing I said. I said, "Wow, this looks kind of holy." But anyway,
see, that's okay. Because the other night pictures look a little bit more devilish. That's all right, because it lets you know there's an equal side. It's a duality.
At least you know you're well balanced.
Yes. See.
Okay. Did you post the pictures on your community page?
Yeah, I posted something. Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, y'all go check out the pictures on Caps and mine as well. We posted some of the pictures from the Chicago trip, and I'm sure we're gonna have some story times. And Sean will be doing a video pretty soon about the Chicago.
The whole thing in one big video, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I definitely, it was great, and I enjoyed tonight talking with you guys. I'm gonna get off of here as well, but I will be in the bushes as usual.
You do,
and y'all can be in my bush.
Snake be in bushes.
Just dress warmly. It is.
And snake is beneficial sometimes too. That's what the farmers say. But okay, y'all have a good night. And peace to you guys in the chat. Much love to y'all.
Easy, Rebel.
Alrighty. All right, brother. If nothing else, everybody be safe. Wear your mask. Lotion. Put on that lotion. Don't want to be ashy out here because it's getting cold too. Nobody want to see your dry ass looking all pale and white. But anyway, everybody have a great night. And until next time, America, God bless. Go vote. And, stay safe. All right?
Yeah.
Peace.